Hello and welcome to this quick look at Killing Floor 2. There's not going to be any gameplay in this video. It's more just going through the game options and see what they have and let you guys sort of experience what you could look forward to when playing this game, or even if it's going to tip the scales on if you're going to buy this game or not. So I just started it up, and in the first screen you have your online matchmaking, or you could browse servers if you're looking for a specific type of game, like long, short, normal length, or if you are looking for a specific map. But if you don't want to rely on anybody and just play by yourself, there's a solo option, which is, I think, awesome. Because sometimes you just want to tool around and have a good time by yourself. When we go over to the perks, right now there are 4 classes available in Killing Floor 2, and they are called the Berserker, the Commando, Support, and Field Medic. Now each one has their own set of skills, starting loadout, perk bonuses, and XP objectives, which by doing these will get you more XP throughout the levels. So let's take a look at Berserker real quick. So their XP objective is just dealing damage with Berserker weapons and killing a Zed near a squad member. And that got me last night when I read that, because it just kill a Zed near a squad member with a what? Doesn't really tell you. But my guess would be a Berserker weapon or even melee, because that's what they're more focused on. So their perk bonuses for every level, they get an 1% increase in melee damage, 5% plus 0.8 per level. So you start out with 5% and gain 0.8% attack speed for each level you gain. Start with 10% movement speed and get 0.6 per level, and that one's a good one. The bloat resistance starting at 25, damage resistance 5%, and siren resistance 25%, which all these are pretty awesome. It makes the Berserker more of the tank class, and just getting right into the fray of everything and beating stuff down. Now the originating loadout for the Berserker is 2 melee weapons, so you get a shovel and a lawnmower blade, along with a 9mm pistol and some EMP grenades. So not a bad loadout if you like getting right up and dirty. But some of the perks, these unlock with every 5 levels, so up to 25. So you get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 by the looks over here. And you can interchange these whenever you want, so some of them will look good for solo missions, and some of them will be more of a team-based. So, like night vision, a couple classes get night vision, and that's more if you're going to be playing by yourself. Well, same with the bulk ammo, but I personally don't see any benefit with the starting weapons, because actually that might not be too bad. So I'm gonna just leave the screen up here real quick, let you guys read through them. Some things sound cool, like menace or even attack strength. Sounds awesome, but you need to work your way up to those. But let's go over to the Commando, take a look at them. And first, so their XP objectives is to deal Commando weapon damage and killing stalkers, which is the invisible people or girls, with Commando weapons. And the weapon damage or perk bonuses for the Commando, 1% per level for weapon damage starting at 0. Cloaked enemy detections, which would be the stalkers, 2 meters per level, which is pretty nice because seeing them farther away gives you more time to be able to pinpoint them and do headshots and just kill them right off the bat. Health bar, so you get to see the life of the enemies, which comes in handy when it comes to all the flesh pounders, the chainsaw guys, and even the boss, to know when he does his little cutscenes and when he is almost dead. The next one is the Z-Time extension. So periodically, I believe when people get headshots, the whole game slows down. You might have seen this in a couple of my other videos, and for every 5 levels, if you're a commando, you will extend that time for everybody by 1 second. And then the next is a big help, which is the health increase, which you get 2% per level. So with me sitting at 12% right now, my total health is 112, which is very nice. And the starting loadout of the commando is a AR-15, so it could be an automatic rifle or even a single shot. Most of the commando weapons can switch from automatic or single, which is, I find, very nice, and we'll actually get into that a little bit later within the skills. And then the KF knife, 9mm pistol, and also some grenades. So when it comes to the skills of the commando, again, they get night vision, just like the Berserker does, and that's more, like I said, for single player. And then there's also call out, which is a lot better for the team, because it gives your teammates the ability to see the cloaked enemies as well as I can, so everybody can see them 12 meters away. And then we go into like the supply, which large mags, definite need if you're just going to be pumping out rounds into all the enemies, because unless you want to do more pistol and knife action, then we get into the single fire weapon handling, which it's all personal preference at this point. I personally like single fire. I have more control over it and know where my bullets are going, so that would give you 20% more damage with single shot, or you could do auto fire once you hit level 20 and get 20 more damage for that. So yeah, these are these perks for the commando, and I really like the perks of, well, this whole tree, because they did not, as far as I know, they did not do this in Killing Floor 1. I played that game for close to 120 hours, and it was more, you got better by getting certain number of headshots or killing certain number of these enemies and stuff like that. But let's take a look at the support, which their XP objective is dealing weapon support damage and welding doors, which is nice and also annoying at times, because the welding of doors makes things be able to go different ways or even hold them up for a small bit of time if you're having that sort of issue. But they can also be annoying when you weld certain doors and then the shop is on the other side of that door. You need to unweld it to be able to go through. But their perk bonuses: welding proficiency, so you would weld quicker. Shotgun damage, that's pretty self-explanatory, but 1% per level, which is pretty nice. And shotgun penetration is very nice, which is 25 per level. So that's, once you get higher up, that's going to be an insane amount of shotgun penetration. And then grenade damage, so these guys are more, not as close as the Berserkers, but pretty close to the enemies with their shotguns and grenades. So their starting loadout is a pump action shotgun, which I think it's one of the better start out weapons. I played it for a little bit the other day, and this shotgun is actually really nice. Then you also get a machete, a 9mm pistol, and some frag grenades. And the skills for this is increase your ammo capacity at and starting ammo by 20%, which is pretty nice. Or you can be a supplier and carry a backpack for all the players to get ammo once per wave. So if people are out, they can just, I believe they run up to you and they can get ammo from you, which is also very nice, but that's more team. And then the 20% ammo is more solo, which I actually also like, because that they're doing this, because some people want to just play solo and other people want to play multiplayer, so you get to pick and choose on which one you want to sort of gear yourself around. And then you have increase the health by 50%, which is nice, but that's a one-time thing. Or you can have a small amount of health regeneration. And then here's a couple of the other ones. And the advanced training for each class is only during Z time, so when everything slows down to slow-mo, that's when like 15% of increase to all damage or 5% improved armor for you and your nearby friends takes place, which these for each class would be beneficial if you are playing with a commando that is pretty high level that could extend that time. But other than that, they're not as beneficial as usual, or as they could be. And to the field medic. So the XP objective is dealing medic weapon damage or healing teammates. Which healing teammates, I think, is going to be most of the where the XP comes from for the field medic. And as you level up, syringe recharge rate is 8% per level, potency 2% per level, and then you get your bloat bile resistance, which is very nice. Those things are super annoying. Movement speed and armor bonus, which armor bonus actually is really nice. And then the starting loadout for the field medic is an HM Tech pistol, which shoots regular pistol rounds, but if you do the alternate fire, that's when you shoot out healing rounds and darts. Then you get a scalpel, a 9mm pistol, and a medic grenade, which is sort of like an AoE healing, which is very nice when it comes to dealing with the flesh pounders and the more difficult enemies. And even the boss. Those are very beneficial for the boss. And the skills for the medic is increase health by 20%, or increase your starting ammo capacity by 20% for your perk and backup weapons, which is pretty nice. They also get the regeneration after time, because I know some medics don't really focus on healing themselves and more focus on healing others, which, in all honesty, that's sort of what the healer does. And then vaccination is really nice from just reading it, and also the Z times are decent depending on what you want to do. So that is a quick look, and actually I just want to show you guys, I have these unlocked, but you can just switch them out whenever you want, and so that's very nice. You can also do that on the fly within a game, so if you are seeing that you're more auto fire but you have single fire, you can switch over to tactical reload and auto fire, and just mix and match things midstream. Now if we go over to the gear, they have 7 characters that you can be, which is pretty sweet. And each character has different options, like you can be blonde guy, or you can be black hair guy, and then also you can choose what they look like. So there's pagan men right there. So I think that that's really cool that they have slight customization, so not everybody's running around with the same sort of stuff. I went with Mr. Foster because I just like the whole look of the gas mask, and also that. So yeah, each character has different little setouts. Not too much when it comes to what they can look like yet, but it's again, or not again, but this game is in polished beta, so not everything is done. And some people have stuff like this, accessories, and some of them don't, like Mr. Foster. So I think that's really cool that you can customize your character and customize the look of each character, so not everybody's running around being the same person. And if we get over to the options, you get your good basic options like 1080, your resolution, like VSync, display. You can go full screen, windowed, or borderless. Good film grain, so I think that makes everything just look so grainy like it does now. And then you get your bigger, more in-depth options. So real-time reflections makes the game look awesome. Everything just, I think that puts everything into a pop and looks really nice. I don't really know what FX does. I had to pop that down a little bit, and also texture resolution on my stuff. But yeah, those are some pretty good graphics so far for their options. Audio options, nothing too spectacular in here. You can get music vocals or minimize battle chatter, which is every so often people yell, "Hey, ammo over here," or "I need healing," or stuff like that, so you can get rid of that. It also does have an in-game voice option, which is really nice, and you can adjust the volumes for that, and also you can configure your microphone, so nothing too special there. Actually, there was one option. Where is that? I thought it was an awesome option that they had. Wonder if I can find it. But let's go over to the controls real quick. And your sensitivity can be inverted for your mouse or controller. And this does have controller capabilities, which I think is awesome. Again, and just your basic key bindings and controller, so it's cool that it's controller compatible. And then gameplay, so this is where it is. Yep, so you can adjust your field of view, which is nice, and then you can also do gore intensity, so you can say no gore, low gore, or gory, and those are really the only options right now. And I have to say, gory is awesome, because when things explode or you get headshots, the blood just sprays the wall, sprays the floor, and just coats everything in a red hue, glossiness. It just makes the game so much more, feel more in depth, instead of just saying, "Oh, okay, I just killed that guy and nothing happened." But it's nice that they do give the no gore for sort of, I don't want to say kid friendly, because I won't say that this is a good kid game, but for like the lower age audiences. And then you get your credits, and that is a real semi-quick look on what the options are for within Killing Floor. They do have plenty more room for more classes. Like, there was one that I really loved playing back in Killing Floor 1, which was the Marksman. So I'm really hoping that they bring that guy back. But they do have a lot of room to bring in, and even the weapons within the game, their options, they have so many more slots for so many more weapons. So this game is in polished beta, and I'm expecting great things from this game as the time moves on. So far, it seems very polished, very fun to play, and it doesn't feel clunky too much. There are a few things that are clunky, like when The Zeds try to walk over railings or each other. They sort of glitch out and bobble, so it gets harder for you to shoot them. But that's really the only thing that I have against this game right now. And I've been playing for, I want to say, close to 10 hours at the time. And other than that, it's been really fun, really enjoyable. Brings me back to Killing Floor 1, but looks a lot nicer. So I would highly recommend actually getting this game, especially if you have a lot of friends to play with. So on that note, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you got some information out of here that made you go, you know what, this game looks actually really fun and I plan on getting it. Or if not, you might see some of these and go, this game's quite not for me. That's awesome, because that's what I sort of did this for, to give you guys more clarity on what this game is and what the options are. If you have any hints or tips for me, like if I left some stuff out or not, please leave in the comments down below. And as always, until next time.